Take a look around you. Apps, movies, fashion, food. Everything around you has started to look the same lately, averaged out and almost standardized. You have access to more stuff than the richest man in the 17th century, but somehow none of this sparks joy in you. This right here is the homogenization of our lives, and it's about to get much worse.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing.
In a world where for the first time in history we have access to almost everything at the touch of a button, why does nothing excite us anymore? To understand that, we have to answer one basic question. Who really asked for all of this stuff? You have 100 million songs on your Spotify, 3,000 movies on Netflix, 5 new cafes in your neighborhood that look exactly like cafes in London. Your tea now has bubbles in it. So who really asked for all of this? In the late 90s, we discovered a magic pill. The internet gave companies a catalyst. For the first time ever, companies could not just show you what product they had to offer, but instead they could influence you to want that product in real time. Look at how almost everywhere we started trusting the advice of random people on the internet to buy stuff. People we think are sharing their unfiltered lives, but in most cases are getting paid to influence us. It's a business that has been growing rapidly. The shift from showing to influencing was huge because the organic process of culture building, where styles emerged slowly through mass opinions, was suddenly replaced by companies manufacturing cultures. Companies could now shape public preferences anywhere in the world from a server in Silicon Valley. This was the holy grail. I mean, you can't blame them for it. For every $1 that is spent on influencer marketing, companies can make up to 6 times in revenue. You can now influence someone in Tokyo to crave American cheeseburgers, all while pretending to be a local trend. Over 60% of Gen Z now uses social media as their primary search engine, bypassing Google entirely to discover brands through curated algorithms. This shift has created a winner-takes-it-all mentality, where a tiny fraction of viral creators and mega brands dictate global trends, effectively gatekeeping what the rest of the world sees and buys. This is the famous bell curve. Mathematically, the closer you are to the center, the more people you can target within that population. But when you homogenize things for the center, you lose the edges. You lose the weird, the niche, and the local. On a balance sheet, that looks like lost revenue, unless you find a way to make the center irresistible. That's where predictive algorithms changed the game. These algorithms don't just show you what you like, they hook you subconsciously. By A/B testing 1,000 tiny variables and instantly selecting the winner, the algorithms ensure that the average is never boring. It's addictive. We stopped asking why people choose what they choose a long time ago. Instead, we started treating humans like a pool of guinea pigs, brute forcing things on them that sell the most. Our technologies were never designed to maximize satisfaction. They were built to maximize consumption. So it's not a surprise that we ended up with a lot of junk in our lives. Junk that is increasingly addictive, but no longer exciting. Our capacity to consume maxed out a long time ago as well. To keep the numbers growing, we had to dumb things down, manufacturing products that required less and less of our attention, so we could cram more stuff in our lives. If you notice, you can see this dumbing down of things happening all around you. In music, the timbral variety, the actual diversity of sounds and textures has been in steady decline. We are literally using a smaller palette of sounds to create our art. In cinema, the average length of a shot has plummeted from 12 seconds in the 1930s to just 2.5 seconds today. Because the machine is terrified that if the screen stays still for a moment, it might lose your attention. Think about how sad that is. A form of art has become nothing more than a game of hypnosis. We have replaced storytelling with a dopamine loop, faster cuts, louder music, and standardized aesthetics to make sure that we are always stimulated, but never really satisfied. It's a mechanism designed to keep us from dropping off. The problem is that human satisfaction needs friction. Remember the richest man from the 17th century, Louis XIV? While you have access to more information than his library of books could ever hold, you no longer have the luxury to ingest that information for yourself. Friction is what makes our lives interesting. That 5-second silence in the movie scene, that quirky little cafe with a laid-back feel, it all once added meaningful friction to our lives. But today, by design, we are presented with the next option before we can even process what just happened.
An AI.
Generative AI.
AI is coming. AGI is coming tomorrow.
The future is not looking better. We are standing at the final step of this loop, the automation of the machine. Now that we have influenced people into the state of mindless consumption, we are ready to automate the production of what we consume through artificial intelligence. This is going to close the loop, and what happens next is anyone's guess. This is what researchers call the model collapse. A lot of companies are ramping up production because it's faster to do so with artificial intelligence. As AI consumes its own output, the world will average out even more. Cultural diversity is not going to just stall, it's going to regress towards the mean. Our lives are at the brink of becoming a soup of grey slop. We will consume without emotion, eat without tasting, watch without feeling. The magic isn't gone, it's just been optimized out of existence.